Hi students, I just wanted to give you a quick video on how to complete the assignments for today on Apex. So if you go, this is going to look a little different because I'm making this before it actually posts. But if you go to your classwork tab, you are going to find a lesson 1.2 day 4 that has been posted for you. You can click right here to go right to the Apex sign-in page, and using your login information, click sign in. From here, go to your US history class, and it will open up to the actual courses. Once it is loaded, you can click on Unit 1. And what you should be working on today, you should have everything done up to this point, is the 1.2.7 study and 1.2.8 quiz. So today you will be completing this whole lesson of 1.2 that we've been working on for the last 2 weeks. So if you open up this study, it's called Life at Jamestown. And it talks about Jamestown in particular, where the first settlements started from England when people started coming over to North America. So as you read through this, you're going to learn what life looked like for these people and what they had to go through when they made the journey across, and then what it actually looked like at Jamestown. Jamestown grew very quickly, so you're going to learn a lot about what that looked like, and also there was a lot of profit happening for people that grew tobacco. It also created a lot of jobs for people. So at the bottom here, you're in 20 words or fewer. Suppose you were an officer of the Virginia Company. How would you get more workers for Virginia? So just a very short sentence, you will say that. Workers for the colony, they talk about the Virginia colony, and they had 3 ideas to solve the labor shortage. So you will read about that. And then you're going to learn about indentured servants. These were people that had somebody pay their way to go across the ocean to the New World, and then they had to work for them for free to make up for that money that they spent on their ticket. They worked for 4 to 7 years for no pay, and they would get just enough food and clothing and shelter to keep them alive, usually. It was really hard work, and a lot of them never made it out of their servitude. Some of them would do something and get more time put on, and very few actually made it through. So you will read about that. And then on this page, you are actually going to choose a character and make choices as you move from England to North America. And you may die more than once in this process. So you'll pick the man or the woman. I'll pick the woman today. And you will go through this little simulation and keep track of how many times you die through the simulation, because it does ask that. So it asks, how do you feel, or how do you think it feels to be a poor person in London in the early 17th century? So you might just say, I think it felt awful because you were stuck either living poor in London or traveling in dangerous times to the New World. I don't know, something. Think about it, submit something. There's all sorts of things you can click on here, but once you type in your response, you can click next. So it says you're living in London. Pick one option to see what happens to you. You're hungry and need work. You're taken for a hot dinner by someone who appears friendly. That seems a little sketch. You have little money. You go to the bar. You owe money. You're in debtor's prison. Or you are an orphan and you get out of the orphanage. Not great choices, but go ahead and pick one. Maybe I'm going to go to the bar. Hit submit. Oh, I'm spirited away to a ship bound for Jamestown. So I'm heading off to Jamestown. What happens to the trip to Jamestown? I can trade my clothes for food. I am pregnant. I try to help others who are sick, or I steal things from others to trade for food. None of those are great options. Maybe I try and help the people that are sick. Oh, and it says, I watch many people die of hunger and sickness. Okay. And then when you arrive there, the ship captain sells the promise of 7 years of your work as a way to pay the cost of the trip. You're promised food, clothing, and a place to live for the next 7 years, and you'll get some land, food, and clothing at the end of the contract. So you're going to write here, how does it feel to have someone buying your life for 7 years? It feels, you're going to tell me. Okay. Submit it. Hit next. What do you do next? You settle on the right bank of the James River, you settle right outside the colony, you try to eat the native plants, or you work making dresses. Maybe I settle right outside the colony. Oh no, I'm killed by Indians. In 1622, an Indian uprising led by, I'm not even going to try to say that name, kills almost 400 settlers. So I have died one time now. And then we keep going and pretend I didn't die. 7 years is a long time to work hard without getting enough food. During these 7 years, you run away, you get pregnant, you trade outside your indenture, or you steal food. Maybe I steal food. I'm caught and whipped, and 200 days are added to my indenture. So after you work for 7 years, or maybe a little longer, I get my head right, which is what you get when you complete your servitude. I buy better land, I marry a rich man, or I fight against the system. I think I'm going to marry a rich man. Oh, by putting together both your head rights and buying the contracts of other indentured servants, you and your husband live well. So how many times did I die? I would say I died once. Once you're done with that, you can close. Go next. You're going to look ahead on what's going to be happening after you're in Jamestown. Answer some questions there. You're going to read a primary source, A View of Virginia. And to read that, you actually click on this up here. And after it loads, you can read through this. When you're done reading, close it, and then you get to your last page and you can continue. Once you've gone through all of that, you're ready to take your 10-question quiz. So you'll open that up, take these 10 questions. If you take this quiz and you do not pass it and it blocks you, send me an email and I will unlock it for you. If you need help or you can't figure something out, you can email me. I will try and check that as much as I can. Otherwise, good luck and have a great day.